Adarsh, can you recite?
Recite. Yada yada hi dharmasya
Yada yada hi dharmasya
glanarbhavati bharata
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
Bhakti Bharata
abhyutanam
Abhyuthanam Dharmasya
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Tadatmanam Srijamyaham.
Okay, great. Who will read the translation and purport? So purport is a little big, so we will do in bits and pieces so multiple people can get a chance to read. So who will start with the translation and the first paragraph of the purport?
I
Any
can.
volunteers? Yes, go ahead, Ansh.
Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Purport. The word Shrajami is significant here. Shrajami cannot be used in the sense of creation because, according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body. Since all of the forms are eternally existent, therefore Shirami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. Therefore, he appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principles of Dharma or religion are direct orders from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad Pranatam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose the purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender to Him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto Him. Whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna, who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demoniac tendency still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of nonviolence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission. They are all revealed and described in the revealed. They are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be the no one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred to by the scriptures. If it is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil, he can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and wherever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks much about religion and can be understood by the particular people under the particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in a form of his servant, son, or himself in some disguised form. Hare Krishna.
Okay, great. Hare Krishna. So let's discuss still here and then we will read the next paragraph. Okay, so Krishna and Arjun, they were having a discussion. In this fourth chapter, Krishna starts by telling Arjun something. What does Krishna say? Can anybody tell? Krishna had spoken about this knowledge to somebody in the past. Krishna starts like that. Can anybody tell whom Krishna spoke this knowledge to? I am sorry.
Suryadev.
Yes, sun god, Suryadev. Okay. And then what happened?
He passed it on to Manu.
Manu, very good. And then what happened? What did Manu do?
He passed it on to Ikshvaku.
Passed to Ishwaku.
Yes, very nice. And then this knowledge was going on, but what happened? Due to influence of time, the chain appears to be di- to have been broken. So now Krishna is reviving it again by giving this knowledge to Arjun. So then Arjun asks a question. What does Arjun say?
But you are so you are the same age as me, so how can you be giving the knowledge
Yeah,
to?
sun god came so long ago. He's so senior, so elder, so old, Suryadev, and you are just my age. How can you give this knowledge? So what did Krishna say? What did Krishna say after that?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Krishna
Yes,
said, he said that many birds have passed, you don't remember those birds. He told that to Arjun, but Krishna said he remembers them all.
perfect. Thank you for joining, Mataji, and thank you for sharing. Yes, so Krishna says many, many births both you and me have taken, and Krishna remembers all of them. Why did Krishna remember all of them and living entity Arjun did not remember? What was the reason? Because Krishna's body is divya and transcendental. Krishna doesn't change his body, right? Us as living entities, we have to change the body. But Krishna comes in his original body. And Krishna doesn't just say that many, many births they have taken, but he's now explaining that when does he come? So in this particular shloka, Krishna says, whenever and wherever there is decline of religious practice. So Krishna is not limited to the time that, oh, he can only come at a particular time. No. He can come whenever and he can come wherever. It is not that Krishna will only come to a particular land like India. He can come anywhere. So whenever and wherever. But what has to be there? There has to be a reason. Krishna has to be willing to come. And one of the reasons he says is with decline of dharma. When dharma is affected, then Krishna comes. And 2 points Krishna will mention in the next shloka, and we'll come to it. But here, Krishna is telling that he comes when there is predominant rise of irreligion. And when he says he comes, the word in the Sanskrit used is srijami. Now, srijami normally could be translated as created. But Prabhupada is explaining that here Srijami word actually means manifests. So what is the difference between creation and manifestation? Creation means something which has to be newly created. Manifest means it's already there, but now it's appearing in front of us. So Krishna is already there. It's like sun is already there and appears in the morning time or in the daytime. We are able to see. It's not that every day the sun goes down and then has to be created every morning. No, that doesn't happen. But sun appears and disappears based upon where we are located on the earth. So even though Krishna can come whenever and wherever, but there is a certain regulation, certain schedule Krishna likes to follow. Like for example, a prime minister can go to any part of the country at any time whenever it's needed. But there may be a certain schedule he may follow. Okay, first week of March, the president will or prime minister will go in this particular state, or then he'll have meetings with businessmen on second week, or he will be traveling and going and taking care of certain inauguration ceremonies. Like this, there may be a certain schedule which the prime minister or president may follow. Similarly, Krishna has a schedule too, and Prabhupada explains in the purport. Can anybody tell what schedule Krishna follows when he comes to the earth? When does Krishna comes?
The at the end of Bhagavad Yuga, the 20th millennium of the
Yeah,
second one day of Brahma.
yes. So what does all this mean? Can anybody explain? End of Dwapar Yuga. What is this 28th millennium, 7th Manu? Anybody? How many of you did not understand this? This 28th millennium, 7th Manu, and all of this. So that means everybody understood.
Partial understanding, Prabhuji, not totally. Um, yeah, I would like to know the schedule, Prabhuji, like some more information on that. Uh, like
So,
No,
how?
so
I did not understand it.
okay, okay. Sheetal Mataji, you said partially understood. So you share what you know, and then we'll share the remaining.
Probably I don't know the numbers exactly, but I know the day of Brahma constitutes. I think it is four yugas, from my understanding, if I remember correctly. The four Chatur yugas. I mean, one
Let
Chatur.
Yeah, let's see the schedule. I'll make it clear so that way, you know,
Yeah.
it is more in
As I
line with.
was reading about it, it says something to do with the righteousness and unrighteousness,
Okay, okay, yeah, very nice.
and divided into
Okay,
four
so let me put it
cosmologic
up.
era.
I have actually pulled it up here for everybody. So
The,
everybody can see this particular table.
yes, Prabhu, थोड़ा बड़ा. Yes.
Yeah, let me increase the size.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a little bit bigger here. Is this better?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. So the yugas are four, as you know, right? Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yuga. So what is the time duration for each one of them? It is different. So if you see, Kali Yuga is the smallest. It is the shortest duration, 432,000 years. Dwapar Yug is double than of Kali Yuga. So double of 432 is 864. And Treta Yuga, Tre is three times that of Kali Yuga. So it is 1296,000 years. And Satyug is actually four times that of Kali Yuga. Now, if you add all of these, then it comes to be 4.32 million years. This is the duration of one cycle, one complete cycle of the Chaturyugas. Now, one particular Chaturyuga cycle is this much, and in one day of Lord Brahma, one day of Lord Brahma, this whole thing happens 1,000 times. And every 71 cycles of this is one Manvantar. And like this, there are 14 Manvantars in one day of Lord Brahma. So 71 Mahayugas or the cycles is one Manvantar. 14 Manvantars is equal to 1,000 yugas, is equal to one Kalpa or the day of Brahma. Krishna will tell this again in the later chapters, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, that how 1,000 yugas actually constitute a day of Brahma. But here, Prabhupada is saying that currently it is the seventh Manvantar. Total, how many Manvantars are there in one day of Lord Brahma? 14 Manvantars. So see it like this. Your one day has 24 hours, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you divide it into day and night, you can say half is the day and half is the night. So 12 hours is the day, 12 hours is the night. Let's just say it, 50%. So 12 hours is your day. For Lord Brahma, one day is 14 Manvantars. So instead of 12, it is 14. And currently, which Manvantar is going on? It is right in the half, middle, seventh Manvantar. And each Manvantar has a Manu. Which Manu is this? Current Manvantar, that is Vaivaswata Manu. And each Manvantar has how many Yuga cycles? Just like you have 1 hour has 60 minutes. Similarly, Brahmaji has 14 Manvantars And one Manvantar has 71 Mahayugas. And each Mahayuga is 4.3 million years. So here Prabhupada is mentioning out of these 71 Manvantars, it's the 28th Mahayuga. And in that 28th Mahayuga's Dwapar Yuga is when Krishna appears. How many of you understood? How many of you understood anything?
Little bit.
I did
Little bit.
some.
Okay.
Understood a
So
little.
yeah, let me say it again. So one day of Brahma has how many Manvantars?
71.
71?
14. One day of Brahma has 14 Manvantars. One day of humans have, like, let's say 12 hours, and day and night combined has 24 hours. Lord Brahma has 14 Manvantars. And 1 hour of humans has 60 seconds. Sorry, 60 minutes. 60 minutes. So similarly, one Manvantar has 71 Mahayugas. So instead of 60 minutes, it is 71 Mahayugas. And each of these Mahayugas has the four yuga: Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So in the 28th Mahayuga, out of these 71, out of the 14 Manvantars, the seventh Manvantar, and out of the 71 Mahayugas, the 28th Mahayuga, that is the time when Krishna comes. And that is what Prabhupada is explaining here in this particular shloka. He's saying how it is 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in the day of Brahma. So this is when Krishna comes.
Just a question.
Yes.
So according to that, then when will Krishna come next?
So next Krishna will come in the next day of Lord Brahma.
Okay.
So in one day of Lord Brahma, Krishna comes only one time. So he will come after 1,000 years or thousand yuga cycles of Lord Brahma. Now, Krishna himself comes like this, but he has so many avatars. Lord Ram has a different schedule. Narsimhadev has a different schedule. Lord Buddha, who's explained here, has a different schedule. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who just came 500 years ago, has similar schedule as Krishna. So when Lord Krishna comes in Dwapar Yuga, just after the Dwapar Yuga, in Kali Yuga comes Lord Chaitanya. So like this, there is a schedule for each of the incarnations or avatars of the Lord, which is there in our scriptures. Does it make sense?
Yes,
So it,
Prabhuji.
so it is very rare. It is not that Krishna keeps coming every now and then. You know, he
Right.
has a certain schedule, and he manifests himself, and he can manifest himself. Now in Kali Yuga, he appears in so many ways. He appears in the form of the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He appeared in the form of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. When we read these books, they speak to us. Krishna directly speaks and talks to us. Krishna also appears to us in form of his pure devotees. His pure devotees guide us. So that is another way Krishna is appearing, because there is lot of uh, degradation of dharma in the Kali Yuga. So Krishna appeared first as Krishna in the beginning of Kali Yuga, or end of Dwapar Yuga, and then he manifested as Lord Chaitanya, and he gave the process by which we can overcome this Kali Yuga's negative influence. Okay, so we'll continue to discuss next few points from this particular purport. Prabhupada is making a point that this is the schedule for Krishna, but Krishna has free will. He can choose to do the things the way he wants. He has a schedule which he likes to follow, and he follows that. And when he comes, his focus is um, to establish dharma. So if dharma or irreligiosity is there, then Krishna, and by the presence of Krishna, that is taken care, that is actually counteracted. These principles of religion, they are laid down by the Vedas, and in the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam and all the other literature, it is explained that dharma is what Krishna wants, what Krishna has delineated. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So when we understand this, that Krishna, he is the real well-wisher. If he is actually doing something that is actual dharma, then we are safe. Then we are in the inner circle of Krishna. Then we are not going to be affected by negativity. Otherwise, one can be envious. I'll give you a small example. If it's a good government, good police, everyone is law abiding in the amongst the citizen, and the government and the police is doing their duty nicely. Even in such circumstances, even though police is doing their duty, but police is not bound by the rules. When traffic light is red, police does not need to stop on that. If they are going to catch a thief, or they are going to address an accident or something, police can break red light, traffic lights. They can go from the areas where ordinary people cannot go. Why? Because they are the ones who know what is the law, how to execute it, to do it for the benefit of people. Similarly, dharma is what Krishna knows. Krishna is not bound by those rules. Krishna is beyond those rules. Krishna doesn't have to follow the traffic lights. Just like traffic lights, a rule is not necessarily need to be followed by police. They may follow it, they may not follow it. Similarly, Krishna doesn't have to follow those rules and regulations which are meant for ordinary living beings, because Krishna is doing it for a higher purpose. Does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So here Prabhupada is explaining that how Krishna explains throughout the Bhagavad Gita. In the end, Krishna concludes that real highest principle of religion is to take shelter of Krishna. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. That take shelter of Krishna. If you take shelter of Krishna, then you are actually able to come out of all the lower propensities and even lower forms of dharma. There is different instruction for different age group. A first grade student may also be learning maths and may understand, okay, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. And a 10th grade student of maths will also be learning maths, and they will have much higher subjects in maths, geometry, different things. They will also know 1 plus 1 is 1 is 2 and 2 plus 2 is 4, but that is not to the extent of knowledge where they stay. Sorry about that. Similarly, different audiences, different time periods, different type of purpose is there for which Krishna descends in different forms. At one point of time, people were using the Vedas to do a lot of violence. Bali, they were doing. And Krishna appeared as Lord Buddha to teach people non-violence, to teach people how this is not the right way of understanding Vedas. In fact, Lord Buddha did not even emphasize on Vedas. He, in one sense, rejected the Vedas and told people how to follow non-violence and follow Lord Buddha because they were misinterpreting the context of the Vedic knowledge. Similarly, different time period, different forms of Lord appears. The idea is to make people understand how to come close to God. And for this purpose, Krishna himself can come, some of the avatars can come, and sometimes Krishna may send his messengers or prophets or sons or representatives. So here it is mentioned. So we see different religions, they talk about it. Some represent the messenger of God as prophet. Some says he's son of God. Some say it is a servant of God. Some say he's the representative of God. If you see Christianity, Islam, they also have this understanding that okay, Jesus Christ is the son of God or Muhammad was the servant of God. We understand a bona fide guru to be the representative of the teachings of God. So, like that, different uh, bona fide traditions understand that there is a particular purpose because of which these great personalities they have appeared. Okay, who will read the last paragraph? Then we'll discuss further. Any volunteers?
I can read it.
Please.
The principles of the Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna and, for that matter, to other highly elevated persons because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. In all incarnations of the Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the four orders and the four statuses of social life, as will be explained later. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non manifest only under different circumstances.
Hare Krishna. Okay, great. So, like we were discussing, different audiences may have different instructions which they can follow. So, if somebody is smoking cigarette and they are smoking 20 cigarettes a day, then the doctor may advise them, hey, it's not good for health. You may want to cut it down to like 10 cigarettes a day, and I'll see you again in 2 months. So like that, they try to give some instruction which they can follow and which is beneficial for them. But that may not be the highest instruction. The highest instruction may be to stop smoking altogether. But the patient may not be ready for that. Similarly, if somebody is drinking alcohol and they drink every day, they drink, 6 or 7 pegs a day. So the doctor will tell not to stop altogether because that will cause problems. Their body is not going to be able to take it. So they said, okay, cut it down to 4. From 6 or 7, cut it down to 4. And then see me next month. And then when see next month, then cut it down further to 2. Like that, slowly cutting down. But somebody who is not smoking, not drinking, they may be needing different instruction. So they go to the doctor. The doctor will not say, okay, smoke 10 cigarettes or, drink 4 pegs or 3 pegs. No, they will say, okay, keep up the good work, stay away from smoking and alcohol, maybe add some exercise. You don't have exercise in the schedule. So different people may have different, needs, and different instructions have to be given to them. Similarly, we see in the scriptures also it's like that. The knowledge which Krishna is giving to Arjun is very, very high and advanced. In fact, in Bible, in the book of John, Jesus Christ says, there is a lot more which I want to tell you, but you are not in a position to understand it. And in Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna tells Arjun how the knowledge which I am going to give you is the king of all knowledge. And after knowing this, nothing else remains to be known. So no other knowledge is actually higher than this. Krishna actually specifies that in the Bhagavad Gita. So this is how different audiences may be getting some sort of a encouragement to come close to God. But in certain traditions, it may be very light, very mild, very gentle, because the audience is not in a position to actually go to the highest level. They may not be ready. One needs a frame of mind, one needs renunciation, one needs attitude to be able to advance fast. And Vedic knowledge, it's so vast, so huge. It has knowledge from the Upanishads, the Vedas, the Puranas, the Itihasas. And all of this is huge and immense. And it is also meant for people in different levels. Not all of them will be able to come to the highest level. So there are certain books in the Vedic canon which are meant for those who may not be ready for the highest knowledge. So there are certain Puranas which are the Tamasic Puranas for people who are too much attacked by mode of ignorance or tamoguna. Then there are people who may be more in rajoguna, mode of passion, and they have those Puranas for them. And finally, there are people who can be brought up to the level of mode of goodness or satoguna, and those are the Sattvic Puranas, and they are actually meant for people to advance. And Bhagavad Gita can bring one from any level to the highest level, and that's why it's called as the cream of all knowledge. So we see there are different time period, different audiences, different mindsets. All of them may not be ready to be at the highest level, and therefore so many scriptures, so many books, so many religions, and even within the religion, so many sections and understandings are given. But not all of them may be bona fide. We have to choose the one which is bona fide, and the bona fide ones focus on understanding that our relationship is with God. God is a loving Father, and when we are in union with the Lord, when we are in love with the Lord, then our preference is what is best in our relationship with God. That is actually the highest of all the religions, to go to the level of love of God. When there is love of God, then the lower propensities of being fearful from God, being uh, desirous of fulfilling all the desires by the use of God, these lower propensities are not the motives. The motives is love of God. A love is the stronger power. Love is the power because of which the parents take care of the child. Uh, a mother will do a better job because of the love as compared to if somebody is paying them money to take care of a baby. Uh, they may not do as much of a good job. You may have a nanny or you may have somebody whom you are paying to come and take care of the child. But then when the mother herself is doing it, she is going to do it in a better manner. Why? Because love is the highest power. And here also we see our relationship with God, when it is based at the level of pure love, it is actually the best. So these are few thoughts I can share from this shloka. Anybody would like to bring up any discussion points, any questions, comments, any other realizations or reflections? Okay, I hope whatever we discussed made sense and was clear. Any clarification needed on that? We discussed some basic points, some technical points in terms of the schedule of appearance of Lord Krishna. So I will um, upload this video so that people who may want to hear it again can watch it, and then we will next week we will do the next shloka, which is also one of the most famous shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much, everyone. Granth Raj Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.